Well, hello, diet disruptors. It's another Monday. And it's another Monday in November. So, you've got me and Coach Jess here again. Hey, Jess.
Hey,
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes,
Yeah.
never long enough, but yes.
I know. We just kind of, are hanging out and doing the family thing because, COVID.
Right.
So, let me know, people who are watching this. I'd love to know what you have been doing over the weekend. And I also want to know who's hosting Thanksgiving. Like, I want to know Thanksgiving plans because it's coming up in a few days. And so I want to know. I'm doing super tiny, just like Peter's brother, and that's it, who we see on a regular basis. So, and what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm actually hosting for the first time ever. So I'm going to be cooking my first turkey ever. And I'm going to be pulling from our recipes that we talked about last week. Um, but I'm excited. It should be good. I'm just having my in laws and my husband's aunt over. So it'll be small,
Yep.
but
That's
I'm
good. So
excited.
the very first time I ever hosted Thanksgiving
Mhm.
was 4.5 years ago, and it was for 40 people.
Oh my goodness.
And they stayed for like 4 days. So
Wow.
not only did I have Thanksgiving, I then had to have food for like and we did a lot of leftovers and stuff. That's actually one of the recipes that we've had recently was a turkey soup, like a crock pot kind of leftover thing. So some of those things were from back then when I had to figure out how to do turkey like 100 ways. So anyway, yeah, last week we gave away all those recipes.
Yeah.
So if people didn't get those, go look at our last episode and grab the link because we have a lot of really great PFC balanced, healthy, correct, yummy recipes that are going to be really great for the holidays. So all month, Jess and I have been coming together to talk about the holidays because, it was November and it kind of felt a little early, but I was like, we got to be intentional, we got to be thoughtful, and we have to know what we're doing ahead of time. It's like on Sundays when I go to the grocery store and get all my food for the week, right? We had to
Mhm.
kind of do that same thing this month. So even though next week is technically still November, we're going to kick off a new series next week. And it's going to be all about mindsets because I do think as we go into the new year and as we're thinking about all the different things, we think something magical happens January 1st. There's a lot of mindsets that we can be digging into. So we're going to be doing that in December, but I'm excited to finish off November in the theme of holiday tips with you. We've talked about not saving our calories, right? We're not going to do that. That was our first week. We talked about alcohol and having yourself a little cocktail. We talked about bringing food or serving certain types of food and meals. And this week we're actually gonna pre-talk a little mindset in a way.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about food and how you truly use it as fuel and not guilt. Because I think the holidays are a huge source of guilt after we indulge a lot. And we need to talk about that and figure out a better solution. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
The holidays don't make me feel guilty anymore because I have my nutrition approach and I know exactly what to do. And I
Mhm.
know that's how you are too. But it used to make me feel crappy.
Yeah, no, me too. And I think the first episode this month we talked a little bit about this, about how in the past when I hit the holiday, I was like, okay, November, December, it's all just one big whatever, right? Because we can't control all the holiday and the activities and the parties, and so the whole thing is just a wash, right?
Yeah.
But that's not the way it is anymore, right? Because we have those holidays, but in between, there's no reason why we can't be doing, the normal every 3 hours, our PFC. It's not going to impact us in that way anymore.
It doesn't impact us that way anymore. And, I think it's just so interesting because it's like not even a whole day. When I was dieting all the time, it was like, well, I already screwed it up this morning with my
Right.
cinnamon roll. So I might as well kiss the rest of the day goodbye. And it doesn't ever have to be that way. And I think that's one of the things that our clients that do our 4 weeks to wellness always talk about how there's a difference in knowing you just can get right back on 3 to 4 hours later,
Yeah.
and so you're never done for the day. And that in itself helps with guilt, don't you think?
Absolutely. As soon as that guilt starts to creep up, that's exactly what I remind myself. In 3 hours, I'll be right back on track. And
Yep.
this will be a memory.
Yep. I mean, I even sometimes do like, I'll just do a protein shake. It makes me feel good when I like have a protein shake. Right? Yeah. So, but one thing that I see all the time, and I posted about this last year, and so it's going to come up again, and I want to get in front of it, is the idea of working like getting on that treadmill and working off your meal that you have, and I just think we don't have to earn our great holiday appreciation meals.
Mhm.
Like, we're not animals that have to earn food, right? Like, we should be able to enjoy all of the things, the family traditions that come with the holidays. My family, my dad's side of the family is Hungarian, and my grandfather taught my mother, who's not on his side of the family, but taught my mother how to make chicken paprikash. Very authentic. Have you ever had chicken paprikash?
No, you talked about it last year. It sounds good, but I
Is it
never had
every
it.
year? This is a holiday thing. That
Yeah.
is funny that you remember that. Put in the comments or let me know if you've ever heard of chicken paprikash before. It is so decadent. They're dumplings with this creamy sour cream sauce. It is just full of fat and carbs. And it's called chicken paprikash because you serve it with chicken, but all growing up, none of us wanted the chicken. We just ate the dumplings and the sauce. So good. There's something a little reminiscent of it at what's that country store restaurant with the rocking chair?
Oh, oh gosh, Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. They're like the dumplings there are kind of reminiscent of it. It doesn't taste exactly the same, but kind of what it is. And it's just filled with really a lot of garbage. But
Mhm.
it is what we have every single year for my dad's side of the family Christmas. And it is great. It's fine. It used to make me feel guilty.
Mhm.
And I don't have to earn it now. I don't have to save up my calories to have it later. I literally enjoy every single bite of it. I cannot eat as much of it as I used to because then I feel kind of gross, but I
Yeah,
eat it for days and
yeah,
it's okay. And there's no guilt around it because I always talk about we need to be satisfying our mind, body, and spirit.
mhm,
And if I deprived myself of that so I could look a certain way or that I could keep going in like my diet mentality, I would feel so deprived and
mhm.
frustrated and angry.
Yeah,
But then the flip side of it is that you can feel really guilty if you eat meals like that. And so we've got to find a way to be in the middle. And that's one of the reasons I love this lifestyle so much because
yeah,
we have a solution for that in the approach. Our bodies need fuel and it needs food. And yes, we might overdo it a little bit in the holidays,
mhm.
but because we live this way consistently, our bodies can handle it, right?
Yeah.
You're not totally on point for your holiday meals, are you?
No, definitely not. I want to enjoy myself. I want to be able to enjoy the foods my family is enjoying. But exactly like you said, I know that I'm going to get right back on track, and it's not going to impact me really, other than maybe like you said, feeling a little yucky afterward.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And those are choices intentionally that I'm going to make.
right.
I know my face will break out in acne because whenever I have dairy, that's what happens. And I'm totally willing to do that for the
Mhm,
experience, the tradition, and just how it fills my spirit
mhm.
when we sit there and have chicken paprikash. And then now I'm learning how to make it. So it's taken me the last probably 3 or 4 years. I'm still not there yet. But it's an amazing generational meal that means something and it should not derail us. And one of the things that I was saying is like people talk about working off their
Mhm.
food. And with this lifestyle, it doesn't work anyway. You can't work off a bad diet, right? A bad nutritional program. Like it's 80% of the equation. But at the same time, I don't want people thinking I cheated, I did bad. I got to get on that treadmill. I got to like it
It's so
it,
punishing.
that's the word. Thank you.
Hmm.
We don't have to punish ourselves. But what I do, and at surface, maybe it might not seem like a different thing, but I really enjoy a powerful strength workout the next morning after I have an appreciation meal because I use those extra calories, that extra fuel, and I actually lift. Like I push myself more than I normally would to do like a really powerful strength workout. There's something around lifting heavy weights, and it's not to work off the food, but it's almost like to empower myself,
Yeah,
use that food that I took in as actually energy and something for good.
yeah, 100%.
Can
And
you
we're
tell the difference in that? Like, I feel like that could be an excuse for some people where it's like, oh, well, Carrie says do a strength training workout. It's not the same as like running on the treadmill, and I'm not punishing myself. But if you have the mindset that you have to do that because you had this meal, then you are punishing yourself.
right.
The mindset of I get to lift really heavy weights the day after I eat kind of a lot because I've got that kind of extra push in me. And
Right.
it's not something that's sustainable. You couldn't do that all the time and think you're going to continue to maintain the optimal health. But every once in a while, it's a great way to kind of balance it out.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the great thing about lifting weights too is you get that like afterburn, right? It's like you put in the time, but then you're boosting your metabolism for the whole day beyond that.
That is so true. We talk about this in our membership group a lot because as people are doing our 4 weeks to wellness, I always say if you're not working out or if you're not doing strength training, I don't want you to start it necessarily right when you do your 4 weeks to
Mhm.
wellness. But after you're done, I do really encourage people. And so I'm encouraging everybody to think about the power of strength training. And Jess, I love following you on social media. I mean, what's your Instagram handle? You should say it.
I changed it actually. I changed it to my name now to make it nice and easy. Jessica Centel.
There you go. Great. So you guys got to follow her on Instagram because I get so motivated by you. And I love that as coaches we can motivate each other. But you do strength training right in your house with your weights with your little kids
Yes,
climbing all over you. I mean, I love that there's no excuses. But
absolutely.
when you understand why strength training is so important, I think it's a no-brainer to do. So in our membership group, what was it, last month, I think we had a strength training professional on to really talk about this as well. But the idea is that just like you said, when you're doing a workout and you're actually lifting the right amount of weight, so you kind of got to get yourself in that right heaviness mode where you're actually failing at the last few lifts, your muscles are tearing a very little bit, a healthy bit. And then over 24 hours, they start to build back stronger and leaner.
Mhm.
And so you're actually burning as those muscles are kind of repairing itself. And so that workout for an hour will pay dividends for 24 hours later. And so if you ate a big meal for the holidays, celebrate that with a great strength training workout that 24-hour later is still going to be working for you.
Yeah.
So awesome. I did a workout today. A lot of our diet disruptors work out at this great gym in Ohio, Living Lean. So if you're a Living Leaner, say hello. And I do virtual workouts with them. And Mondays are leg day. And I'm sitting here right now so sore. But there's this like feeling of like it's just super cool because I know that soreness is actually helping and good for me.
Yeah,
So
100%.
cool. So that's what we have to be thinking about the holiday, like exactly the opposite of what you used to do and what I used to do, where we blow off those 2 months. We engage, we indulge, but
Mhm.
we use that time intentionally. We continue to eat our small meals throughout the day. We don't allow food to make us feel guilty because we have to satisfy ourselves and our generational traditions that the holidays bring. And it's the perfect time to start a strength training routine.
Absolutely.
What do you use? Do you use like Beachbody or Peloton?
I
What do
do.
you use?
I do Beachbody. Right now I'm doing Chalene Extreme.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
you like
Chalene.
her.
I love Chalene.
Oh, I want to know if anybody else is using her. I think a few people I've seen post about that.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
she has so many, I feel like she has so many shared philosophies with us. And I've listened to her talk even during the workout. She talks about so many of the same things that we talk about how when you lift this way, you have to fuel your body, you have to eat regularly throughout the day, you can't starve yourself lean. Like she's awesome.
I think we need to get her on here. What do you think?
That would be amazing.
See if we can do that. So I hope that these tips have been helpful for you all. And I'd love to know what this month or even today, kind of you took away from. So whether you're listening on our podcast or watching us live or on YouTube, just put those comments in, because your feedback that back to us helps us know what's important to you, what's helpful for you, and what questions you still have. And that's where we are. And I always say, regardless of where you are in your journey, there's a place for you at Disruptive Nutrition, and we mean it. The free content that we put out, we want to be serving you, helping you. And so whether you are a paying client or somebody that loves our free content, we have a place for you and value you. So just remember that. Jess, it's been awesome to have you here. I love it. Make sure you guys go follow her on Instagram. She's just becoming like an Instagram whiz, and I love it. I love it. And you also do a lot of our Instagram stuff too. So you're just my little social media maven. Fabulous. All right. Well, enjoy the week. I should say this too. Those of you that get emails from us, we have some Black Friday specials. We have 3 days. We're going to offer 3 different deals today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And then they're going to be done on Wednesday night. And that's it. And so look out for your emails, look for our posts. They're good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. And we do this every year, but we only do it for a little amount of time because it's that moment of like, let's get it done. Don't think too hard about it. You got this. Mm-hmm. So if you didn't get an email, make sure you let us know, but check our post, check our social media. You'll see it all in there. All right, Jess, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.